First and foremost, I would like to assure our parents and community that all measures have been taken to ensure the safety and security of all our students and staff. Early this morning, our staff arrived at school to find multiple Turkish flags displayed around our campus at various visible locations. Authorities were called immediately and an investigation was conducted, including a complete sweep of the school as well as viewing of our surveillance footage. It was discovered that a person dressed in black clothing, face and head covered, trespassed onto school property by jumping the front gate at approximately 4 a.m. The individual commenced to hang the Turkish flags throughout our outside campus courtyard. Ferrahian being an educational institution where world and specifically Armenian history and Christian values are taught to descendants of genocide survivors, is a hallmark of our past and cornerstone of our future. Although some students expressed concerns as an educational institution, we used this as a teachable moment and held a short assembly to discuss the incident. The student body then broke out into a spontaneous expression of their unity, love, and respect for their Armenian culture and heritage.
I just want to say that this school, which I also attended in my youth, was founded 60 years ago by a generation of Armenian genocide survivors, and this is a direct affront to them and to their descendants. Each year on April 24th, the Armenian Genocide Committee organizes a protest in front of the Turkish consulate because the government of Turkey, after 104 years, continues to deny the Armenian genocide and engage in a well-funded campaign of spreading false propaganda to deny the genocide. We will continue our protest this year with the March for Justice on April 24th in front of the Turkish consulate at Wilshire and Crescent Heights. So I would ask and urge all of you to attend as well. Now I'd like to invite Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Fuhrer to address you. Thank you.
Thank you. We live at a time when there are so many forces that are trying to divide people from each other based on race or religion or ethnicity. We here in Los Angeles have to be the antidote to that. We need to stand up for each other and recognize that when any of us is diminished, when anyone would try to drive a stake between communities, we need to be here to say we're not going to allow that to happen because we're one community, united. Those who suffered through, who endured the Armenian genocide, view the placement of Turkish flags at a school of all places, as an affront, as an assault, particularly when the Turkish government continues to refuse to acknowledge the genocide and to use that term.
Well, I'm here first to express my outrage that this terrible hate crime has happened. It is the equivalent of putting a Nazi swastika on the side of a Jewish school. It is outrageous, and we're not going to stand for it as a city. My colleagues and I on the city council will not stand for this kind of hate. And my office is working with the LAPD to make sure that all resources that are possible are brought to bear, and we find the perpetrator and ask that they be prosecuted.
This morning, Captain Embrick and I, as well as Topanga Captain Maureen Ryan, and our officers responded to both locations, conducted a thorough investigation, obtained surveillance, video of some of this information. We're working very closely with the security staff at both locations. We're working on a security plan to address this incident. We'll be providing extra patrol, additional resources that are being used throughout the city.
How do you feel about the events that occurred yesterday?
I wasn't at school yesterday. I was at home sick, but I was watching what was going on the news, and I was scared for my fellow classmates, and I was shocked. But I'm glad that everything was handled properly.
I think the events that took place yesterday were very disrespectful, and they were a hate crime. I think it was a display of ignorance and hate towards the Armenian community?
When I first heard about it, I was like, pretty scared having like a stranger come into our school like in the middle of the night and just hang like the Turkish flags. Like that's pretty scary to me because like he could have like done worse, but still. And it's also like pretty disrespectful, like given our history.
I feel like if we can up the security and just prevent things like this happening, you know, hate crimes towards the Armenians, the diaspora. So, yeah.
This attack was done here because we are Armenian. Because you are Armenian. You can ignore it. You can say it's not a big deal. But it happened. We can either be victims or we can accept it and do something about it.
I, along with you, feel very violated because I feel someone intruded upon my home and did things and represented things that I completely disagree with. But I know that I will overcome it.
Համայն աշխարհի պատմության էջում թողել ես հզոր հաղթական անուն քաջերիդ արյան մեր նախնյաց կամքով անցել ես դարեր մեզ հասել այսօր դերդել ես վանքեր տաճարներ չքնաղ ակներ գյուղեր ամրոցներ անհարթ կողքով անթիր սև հողմեր անցան դու հերոս դարձար Հայաստան իմ հավատք մեր հույսի լույս անմար միշտ եղիր հզոր ու ապրիր միշտ ազատ դու արծիվ իմ հպարտ մարտերում միշտ անպարտ քեզնով ենք ապրում ու քայլում ենք առաջ Գալիքի քո փառքի համար գրվեցին անթիվ հերոսներ անմար նրանց անունով կերտվել է ներկատ ու պիտի փայլի պայծառ ապագա մեր երակներում շուրջն է քո հողի մեր բազուկներում ուժը լեռների մեր սրտերի մեջ երգն է քո ազգի Պիտի երկեմ դարերում պարքի Հայաստան իմ հավատք մեր հույսի լույս անմար միշտ եղիր հզոր ու ապրիր միշտ ազատ դու արծիվ իմ հպարտ մարտերում միշտ անպարտ քեզնով ենք ապրում ու քայլում ենք առաջ Հայաստան իմ հավատք մեր հույսի լույս անմար միշտ եղիր հզոր ու ապրիր միշտ ազատ դու արծիվ իմ հպարտ մարտերում միշտ անպարտ քեզնով ենք ապրում ու քայլում ենք առաջ Հայաստան իմ հավատք մեր հույսի լույս անմար միշտ եղիր հզոր ապրում ու քայլում ենք առաջ
կմնանք, եղել ենք, կլինենք ու կշատանանք